I have a 2016 GMC Sierra with a 5.3. The cooling fan stays racing. Temperature gauge says 160, and it's when you turn the key off, the fan stays running. So I'm going to replace the coolant temp sensor. So we'll have to remove the air intake tube assembly, which is this part. There's a clamp right there. Undo that clamp, which is probably an 8 or a 7. And then you got these two breathers on each side. You need to remove those. You push them down. This one you push down, and this one you push up. Because it's the same hose, just on the other side. Okay. So let's get this 3 things done, and then hopefully we can just pull that air induction pipe up and set it off to the side. Okay, wiggled the whole thing, pulled it towards me and lifted it up. Here it sits on top. Coolant temp sensor's right here. What you gotta do is you gotta push the connector down a little bit, push the little tab in, and then you can pull it off. All right. So all you need to do is just get your socket that'll fit that. Probably looks like a 19 or an 18. Find out in a minute. And just pull it up, and have your new one ready to go back in. But first, you need to do this when it's cold, and release the pressure in the cooling system, and then put the cap back on. Okay, I've removed the radiator coolant cap, and I put it back on. That will prevent any pressure to being in the system. So when you remove the sensor, it will have to create a suction, and it won't allow the coolant to come out. So when you got your new sensor, make sure it goes into your socket. Okay, make sure it goes straight in there, not getting stuck on the connector. Very important. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and remove our sensor, and I get our new one ready to go in. Loosened up the old one, pulled it out, put the new one in, and tightened it up. And if you notice, it bottoms out. Okay, so make sure it bottoms out, and then you snug it up just a little bit more. And put your connector back on. I probably lost maybe a cup of water, coolant. So just go ahead and rinse that off, and then top off your coolant as necessary. Put your air induction tube on. Tighten your 2 clamps, and be careful because over here is a little bar that goes into that. Okay, lines up. Okay, and don't forget to tighten up your clamp, and then it is an 8mm. Okay, when I started it up, the fan started racing, and my coolant temp was 160. Hooked up my scanner. It had the threshold temperature below normal, and I cleared that code. Temperature went up to 180 right off the bat. You watch it go right up, and the fans went back down to normal. So I feel that it should be good, but if it does come back, then you're gonna have to go ahead and replace the thermostat. But I don't think that's it, because the temperature never was hot. It was always cold. All right, because right now it's at 180 and everything's fine. So good luck, and hopefully I helped you out with this video, and just want to thank you.